Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and I'm live in my craft room with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to be creating this sunset card with the Meadow Dies in silhouette on it. I'm just going over to Facebook to make sure that I am up and running because, yep, it says I am. Yay! Good. So I will. Hello, Norma. So I'm going to go over here and I want to be able to see the comments. So just hang on till I get my computer set up for that. Got to turn off the sound over there and click it to expand it. Oh, things are slow tonight. Holy Aunt Jemima. Come on. Click it to expand it. There. Oh, shoot. Apparently the sound didn't turn off. Oh, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. Okay, we are going to do a sunset card tonight. So some of you may know that I was supposed to be in Maui right now. But of course, with the way COVID it went, we were not able to go, which is okay. I'm completely fine with that. I know I'm home and I'm safe and that's where I'm supposed to be. But I decided that I wanted to create a sunset that kind of looked like what I might have maybe seen while we were in Hawaii. So welcome. Welcome, welcome. I just have to get my dirty paper out because, yeah, it's going to be a lot of dirty stuff happening on my page, on my tabletop tonight. So it's really quite easy to do a sunset card. You just have to decide what colors you're going to use and how many of them. So with this one, I decided to go really easy, and I only used two colors. I only used Mango Melody and Poppy Parade. That's it, just two. Hey, Marlene. So I drew for the resin heart, so don't let me forget to tell you at the end of this who won the resin hearts. I did the wheelie spinny thing. Okay. So the card kit that I'm using, I'm going to do an envelope because I got all my envelopes in so I can do them now. Basic black card base, that's the usual standard size. A piece of white for the inside, and this is what I did for the inside in the envelope. And then I have a piece of this absolutely delicious ombre specialty paper. And you're probably saying, oh my gosh, how can you waste all that? I'm not gonna. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I didn't waste any of it. Piece of basic white that is 5 by 3 3/4, and this is the one I'm going to do all the sponging on. I have a piece of black that is 2.5 by 5, and I've put adhesive sheet on the back of that. And then I have Valerie, tell me later. Then I have a piece of white that's 1 by 3 for the sentiment, and a piece of pale papaya ribbon. And I was going to use something different, but then I thought, no, I'm theming this on Hawaii, and in Hawaii they have papayas, so pale papaya it is. Hi, Janet. Hey, Maria. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me. This is going to be a fun night because I love getting inky. Okay, so I need to find out where there it is. I need a mask. So I took a Post-it note and I punched a 1-inch circle out of the Post-it note. And you need to you need to do that first because that's the very first thing you do. Okay. So Mary is trying to message me, and I'm sorry, Mary, I'm not going to be answering you, but I'm glad you're watching. Thank you. And I will go and look at that later on when I have a chance. Okay. So I'm going to start when you're doing this kind of a thing, you start with the lightest and work to the darkest. So I'm going to pull out my orange and my red blending brush. Now it's not necessary that you have a blending brush for each color, but I kind of like having them because then if I'm using more than one color while I'm making my card, I don't have to go back and forth and clean it in between. Okay, so I just added some ink to my Mango Melody, and I'm not really sure how dark it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be very, very dark. Okay, so I'm just going to tap it, and then I'm going to add some ink to the bottom half. When you're sponging like this, it takes a few layers of ink to get it looking the way you want. Don't try to be in a rush and ink it all up and have a really dark brush right at the beginning because you're going to be disappointed in your results. You'll end up with big smudgies, and you don't want big smudgies. You want to start and keep adding and building. You can always add more, but you cannot take it away. So I'm going quite far up in some areas because I want it to be blended together with the Poppy Parade. So I'm watching the comments. So if you have a question, make sure you ask me. I love sponging, and since we got these new blending brushes, oh my. Okay. So I'm also going over top of that sunshine or moon or whatever you think. It's probably the sun setting, right? I'm going around that as well. Now, I've got the color on I want, so now I'm just using my blending brush to smooth it out and blend it properly. And I notice that I need a little bit more right here in this area. I'm just going to add it. Hey, Terry. 5 by 3 3/4, Wendy. Okay, well, I've got enough on here. I'm not worried about down here because I'm going to put some Poppy Parade. Oops. I'm going to put some Poppy Parade on there too. So just be careful you don't do what I did. Don't lift up your corner of your mask. When you punch your mask out, make sure that you have it completely on the adhesive on your Post-it note, because otherwise it's going to pop off, and then you'll have ink underneath where you want it not to be inky. Okay, so this is Poppy Parade. I'm going to do the same thing. And to start with the light and just keep building. And building. You have to have patience when you do this technique. You don't want to add it all at once. So did everybody have a good weekend? It was gorgeous weather. I planted all my veggies and all my flowers. And I shouldn't have planted. I had 2 baby cucumber plants, and I think I've cooked them because it must have hit 35 degrees out where they're planted because they get sun most of the day. And although I kept them watered and planted them nice and far down into the dirt, I think there's going to be an issue. I might have to go back to the nursery and get some more cucumber plants. The cucumbers that I bought from the nursery are fine. It's the ones that I started myself that are not healthy. And now it's pouring rain out there. Okay, so I've got it pretty well what I want here. And I'm going to add some more around the corners. So now is when I'll start building the dark around the edges. And you can see it starting to pick up the color there now. It's getting a little bit darker and a little bit darker. And if you just play with it and make it however dark you want it. If you want a light sunset, have a light sunset. Well, at least you don't have to go out and water it, Norma. I had to water mine all weekend because they were dying out there. But it's done now. Well, I'm kind of excited to get cucumbers again this year because they were so good last year. I don't really like cucumbers, but you know, when you can pick them and eat them when they're warm from the sun, I'll take them any day. You see how it's starting to get a little bit darker there? Now, if I had my ink pad a little bit juicier, this probably would be quicker, but I tend to not use really juicy ink pads for blending because then you get too much all at once. And you just kind of have to play with it. And you always want to start off of your paper because I don't know whether you can see right there. There's a mudge. Yeah, you don't want to get a mudge. And that happens when you don't start off the paper. When you take your brush out of the ink pad right onto your paper, that's when you get, I call them mudges. Because that's what you would get on your cardstock. And you don't want that. Well, I don't want that. But I did it and I let it go. I'm learning to let these things go. See, it's starting to get nice and dark there around the outside. So now I'm just going to flip it and I'm going to add some. I'm going to turn my ink pad too so that I'm getting ink from another area. And I'm just going to add some around the bottom as well. Somebody out there's got a car alarm going and I can hear it. There we go. Just adding some color. Isn't that pretty? Now, you can go back if you want. If I want the my arm's getting sore from all the sponging. Now, I can go back in when I get it that to where I want it. I can go back in with the, I missed a comment here. Valerie, got my deck all ready for summer, got a whole bunch of herbs and put in pots on the railing. Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in and add a little bit more mango melody is the word I'm trying to come up with. And just blend a little bit up here as well. Whoops, see, I got a mung in there. A mudge. Shoot. And I was doing so good. Let's hope that we can put a flower there so that is gone. There we go. So there's the sunset. Now, the magic happens. Let me get rid of this dirty thing. Put this back in. The magic happens when you do this, because that's what sets the whole thing off. Let me just put that on the back there so I don't lose it. That's it. Okay. Now we're going to do some die cutting. Move that off to the side. Get this. Flip that. Oh, this plate, I tell you. Okay. So we have the Meadow Dies, and I really like this one. And I really like this bachelor button. And I'm putting one way and one the other way just so I can get maximize my cardstock here. And this one. And that one. See if I can get it on there. Nope. Okay, well, how did I get it on there before? That's just, I probably should have had a little bit more cardstock. That's okay. Just do this. There we go. Move that one down a bit because it's off the end. Okay, now I'm going to die cut these out. What set is that? This is the Meadow Dies. Yes, Terry, you can do that. It's a total different look from what I was going for, though. I find it changes the look of the thing as well. But yes, glycerin does work. I have done that. There we go. So I'm just going to put my dies away. Whoops. Let's take that piece out. And this one. Those little pieces out of there. There we go. Okay. Now we have perfect. Come on, come out. Come out, wherever you are. Okay, well, fine then. It's not letting go. Come on, there we go. Just have to take those extra pieces out. Now, I also have this, and I'm not going to waste that. We'll put that in there too. And then this one, that one cut, so we'll use that one as well. Uh-oh. I have a little issue here. I cut it up too high. And I'm just gonna trim it. We'll just pretend that it actually was the way it was meant to be. There. Nobody's gonna know. That one, and we'll take this one off. Okay. Now, it's going to get rid of these little pieces that are stuck in here. And they have adhesive on them, so I'm just attaching them to the remains of that black cardstock. Come on. Okay. So we'll just kind of, we can overhang this a bit because it's going to go on another layer and then on the card. And I know where this one has to go. I don't have a choice. So let's put that right down to the bottom. There we go. I haven't pushed these down yet. We'll just play with them till I figure out where they want to be. Oh, these little things are annoying. Okay, why is that one not coming off? Come on, needs a bit of persuasion. There we go. One over here, I think. And then this one, I'll just put maybe in there. Got little bits of black everywhere. Okay, this one needs to go over. I like this adhesive sheet because you can move things. Okay. Oh, that was that extra piece. And they've got skinny stems, so you can bend them too, which is really cool. Okay, I'm thinking that'll go down a little bit further. And this one, let's fill this in. I want that to be over top of the moon, sun, whatever it is. Oh, that one's not down quite far enough. There we go. There, now we have this. Oops, where did it go? This little thing. And we'll just put it somewhere. And let's nip this off. Like that, and nip that off. That one isn't down quite far enough. So I'm going to lift it up and reposition it a bit, just so there we go. Now this one, I think I'll put that there, and then we have this flower to put in there somewhere too. Maybe the flower needs to go in there. Yep, that in there, right about there, and then we can put this in right alongside it. There we go. Yay! That's awesome. Way to go, Norma. Okay, so I'm just turning it over and just pushing everything down so it doesn't move. So there's our sunset. Now, butterfly. I forgot to cut out the butterfly, and I don't have enough black left. So I'm just going to get a piece of black. Hang on. Because I want there to be a butterfly on there. We'll just grab a scrap. Here's one, perfect size. And get the butterfly in here. Of course, I haven't put things away. There we go. So there's two butterflies. There's a face-on butterfly and there's a sideways butterfly. I'm going to use the sideways one. And we'll just cut that out. So there we go. We have our butterfly, but I have to put adhesive on that because I didn't put adhesive sheet. But that's okay. Come here, Tombo. Thank you. Let's put a little bit of Tombo on here. And I'll put it off to the side to dry while we deal with the ombre specialty paper. There we go. Put him over there so he's not going to be in my way. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut the bits off of the bottom. There's a little bit hanging out right there. There we go. I'm not cutting the bits off of the sides though, because I want them to hang over. Okay, so that's that. Now, this, it is a complete shame to waste this when all we're going to see is the outside. It's not even 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to figure out what this is. So if I cut this at 1/4 of an inch, so I'll do it at 3/8. Can't get my ruler back in. Okay. I'm going to get everything out of the way because I'm bringing in my paper trim. And I'm going to cut 3/8 of an inch all the way around. Now, to do this, you need a paper cutter that you can start in the middle, not a rotary one where you have to start from one side to the other. So let's see, I think that's 1/4. Well, that's 1 inch. That's 1 inch. Okay, that's centimeters. Hello, ding dong. Ding dong. There. So I'm going to cut 3/8 of an inch. I have to stand up. Sorry. So I'm going to go from 3/8 of an inch down to 4 7/8. So I'm going to take this down to 4 7/8. Bring this up to, that's half 3/8. Then I'm going to turn this. And I'm going to put it at 3/8 again. Do the same thing. I'm just going to cut it from 1, 2, 3 up to there. And then I'm going to turn it, and I didn't go all the way. That's okay. And then do the same thing. And lift it up and turn it, line it up, and go down there. So there you go. Now, some of the places it didn't go all the way, so I'm just going to use my paper trimmer or my scissors to just finish that off. So now I've got a lovely piece of this gorgeous glimmer paper that I can use for another project, because you don't see it when it's on the card anyways. There we go. So we're going to keep that for another project. And now let's bring the card back in, my piece. See when I put this on here? Voila! You can't tell! Isn't that the coolest trick? Yep, frugal I am. Okay, let's get the adhesive on the back of this somehow. There we go. And this will go on top of here. I got glue on my finger. Yeah, pretty straight. And see, those overhanging flowers don't matter because they're not overhanging far enough that it's going to go past the edge of the card. So now I'm going to add adhesive to that frame that's underneath there. And we'll put that right onto our basic black card base. Wait, let's make sure the card's opening in the right direction. Because you know, with my luck, now I'm just going to push it on the inside because I don't want to start lifting all those pieces of black. No, Janet, you're right. I would never have done that a couple of years ago. I'm training myself I used to hate it when my cards had holes in them. There's the butterfly. Pièce de résistance. There you go. So now we'll do the sentiment. So apparently I didn't clean my die out last time I used it. Not a good thing. So this is also in those same dies. And I'm going to run it through, cut it out. There we go. Okay. Now let's clean that die out before I forget again. There we are. That's done. That's done. Now I have Happy Birthday from Sweet as a Peach. I love, love, love the fonts in this. And that Happy Birthday is absolutely perfect. But you know what? I think I'm going to make this a thank you card. I got out the Happy Birthday, but I think I'll change that and make this a thank you card. Why not? One lucky person may get this card when you put an order in, and I send out my thank you cards. Okay, I'm just inking it up with Memento. And because it's, you know what? I'm going to, hang on, my dirty paper out because I don't think I've used this stamp yet. And I didn't clean it before I used it. So let me get my cleaning thing out here. And there we go. Okay. Now, when you get new stamps, you should always clean them because they get bits from the manufacturing process and it prevents you from getting a nice, clean stamped image. So with the photopolymer ones, you just have to wipe it off on your Simply Chamois. And if it's rubber, then red rubber. I use I have an old sanding block, Stampin' Up! Sanding block, and I just lightly rub over the top of it and go in various directions. You don't want to go all the same way. And then just wipe it off with water. Okay, now dimensionals. There we are. We'll get that on there. Put that on there. Probably, oh yes, over top of my butterfly. Now, am I going to be able to lift that butterfly? Because it was on Tombow. Move it down just a hair. Okay. I need to get my glue eraser out because I'm going to have issues here with it showing. Just taking my glue eraser and taking that glue off. There's still enough on the butterfly that I don't have to worry about it. There we go. So there's the card. So this one turned out a little bit lighter than the original one. Oh, I didn't put the ribbon under there. Oh well. I'll just shove it under there and cut it off. I'm going to take glue dot, put it in the middle of the ribbon. and then fold it over the way I want it. Like that. Get another glue dot, and I'm only going to put half of a glue dot because it's not going to go underneath very far, so I'm just going to fold that glue dot back. Now we'll just put it under here. Come on, just slide under there. There we go. And ribbon scissors, and we'll just do a little trim. 1, 2. There we are. There we go. Now, let's see if I've got some in-color jewels that we can stick on there. Got some pale papaya ones here. We'll just add a couple of those. I didn't put them on the original one, and I don't know why. Right about there. There we are. Now I put some on the original one too. Because, oh, and shoot! I was going to put Flick Winkastella on there and I didn't do it. Oh well. 'Tis too late now. So what I did on the first one was, once I got all the bits and pieces, or got all the sponging done, then I just took my Winkastella and flicked it like this over top. Apparently it's not too late. Never too late to add Winkastella. Just so there's a bit of bling on there. And the more aggressive you go, the bigger your dots are going to be. So I'm just being going very fine. There we go. So you can't see, oh maybe you can see the Winkastella bling on there. Anyways, it's so pretty. Now I got the inside and the envelope to do. So let's just put some of these things away so I have a little bit more room to deal with my stuff. Put that over top of that. Bring back in my dirty paper so I don't. Now remember, Mollet goes this way. Okay, so I have the flower from the Quiet Meadow die, or Quiet Meadow stamp set, and I'm going to ink it up in the Mango Melody. Thanks, Shannon. So I'm just inking this up, and we'll put some right there. You could sponge the corner of that as well if you want, and make it kind of like a sunset in behind there. And there's the envelope. So I'm just going to try it, because I don't know whether it's going to work, but I'm just going to use what's still on my brush. See if there's enough. There is. It's doing a very, very light glow in behind that. Can you see it? I'll show you in a sec. Just hang on. Now, I don't know whether it's picking color up off of here or whether it's still on the brush, but it's gorgeous. Oh, I'm so glad I tried that. Okay. Can you see the glow that's in behind there? Huh? I love it. Should we try to do it on the envelope? I don't know whether it'll work, whether there'll be enough ink. But we'll try. We're running out of ink. how to clean your brush. Let's get out the Mango Melody one too. It just adds a bit of a glow in behind there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's put this on the inside of a card. Thanks, Janet. So I hope you guys enjoyed making this card. I sure did. So those of you that are part of my team, I'm going to do a similar one that's different for our SSS Super Team event on the 29th of May. So we have an all-day event planned with, I think there's 14 different techniques. Let me see if I can find my list here. I don't know what I've done with it. There's a whole whack of techniques. So if you are interested in being part of my team, you too will get free access to this all-day event that is all about techniques. So my technique is water spritz blended background, and there's all sorts of techniques. Most of them are background techniques. And of course there is the sale on right now on the starter kit that I call the Happy Stamper Kit. Thanks, Terry. Okay, I didn't forget. Time to announce the winner of the Resin Hearts. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. And the winner is Marlene Cook. Yay, Marlene! So I have a package of Resin Hearts for you. Let me know when you would like to come and get them, and I will put them out on the front porch for you. I love these Resin Hearts. They're a lot of fun. So congratulations, Marlene. And you know what? We had 21 people comment and share. Most of them shared pictures of their favorite flower in their garden. It was awesome. So maybe I will keep going. You're very welcome. Maybe I'll keep going and give away more stuff because, you know, I've got lots of retired stuff and retiring stuff. Thanks, Holly. And yes, it's going to be fun. And the best thing about the 29th is, although it starts at 7 o'clock our time and goes until, I think, like 5 maybe our time at night, it's all going to be in the Facebook group, and it's there forever. So you can always go back and look at it. So if anybody wants to join us, please let me know, and we'll hook you up with a brand new starter kit, also known as a Happy Stamper Kit. Thanks, Carmen. Okay, ladies, so that's it for tonight. Has anybody got any questions they would like answers to or want to share anything? I've got a couple of minutes, and then that'll be it till Thursday. Thanks, Yvonne. I'm trying to figure out how to go live on YouTube. So that might start happening on Tuesdays in the morning. 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, live on YouTube when I get it figured out. Because I think that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, ladies, if nobody has any questions, then I will say a fond good night. Thank you all for joining me. And maybe Thursday night, I will have a gift from Maui to share with you because something is on its way to me and it's supposed to arrive on Thursday. So I'll keep my fingers crossed. So thanks for joining me tonight, ladies. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now. as soon as I figure out how to stop this. Bye for now, ladies.